Picture it, Los Angeles, 2025.
Welcome to Out on the Lanai, the only Golden Girls podcast you're ever going to need to listen to. I'm HAlanScott / Sadie Pines.
I'm Kerri Doherty, and today we're doing a Beyond Golden Girls episode where we cover the many film and TV projects that the women did outside of the Golden Girls during the course of their illustrious careers. And today we are breaking down Betty White and Rue McClanahan's performances in another episode of Mama's Family. This time we watched Season 2, Episode 7, Ellen's Boyfriend, which was an HAlanScott pitch.
Of course it was. It's Mama's Family. Everyone knows I'm a Mama's Family-aholic, and every single time, I've seen every episode of Mama's Family like millions of times, but every single time I see it, I'm always like reminded how much I love Mama's Family. And this episode in particular, I think, is a great example of a great Mama's Family episode because it has high-low. It has high comedy and a kind of high drama, high emotion, high revelations, high understanding of family members. It has everything. So I'm super excited to be able to break this one down.
I'm excited to talk about it too. And I know you said there was a particular episode of the Golden Girls that reminded you of. It actually reminded me of a different episode of the Golden Girls.
Oh, which one? Sorry, I'm getting out my powder. We just a little peek behind the curtain, everyone. We're recording this in the middle of a day, by the way, and we're a day late because of, life happens. And I've gone from interview to interview to interview. And so that's why right now I went from interview to jumping into this. So we're rushed today. So I want to look good for everyone. So I have to get out powder. Kerri, say what the episode was.
First I'll read the episode description, which is Mama's oldest daughter, Ellen, Betty White, is dating a young man 20 years her junior. She absolutely does not want the rest of the Harpers to meet him.
No.
And you said this episode was giving you vibes of Blanche and the Younger Man.
Well, yeah, I mean, because he's younger. That's why.
Oh, okay.
Like that's really
sure.
It's very literal on my end.
Sure, it's very literal. This actually, based on kind of what Ellen was going through, this reminded me more of a Little Romance because Ellen's ashamed of the man that she's dating. She's a little embarrassed. She's afraid she's going to be judged. She tries to hide him from the rest of the family. So this was giving me a Little Romance meets Blanche and the Younger Man vibes this episode.
Yes, I see that. I'm showing everyone.
Go ahead, show everybody your compact.
Yes, okay.
Before we get into it, a little bit of housekeeping. One, I have to shout out GG VIP Club member Dana, who also had recommended that we love Dana, who also had recommended that we watch The Middle, which was something that Ramon had requested.
Ramon.
So I just wanted to shout out Dana. Dana, you recommended it as well. You have great taste in television. Thank you for your recommendation. We thank you so much.
I have a question.
Join me on that.
Oh, we thank you so much. Oh, you reminded me of something that I don't know if I did previously. Did I talk about the person I ran into in San Francisco?
I don't know.
I don't think I did on the podcast. I don't remember. Sorry, these past few weeks have been a blur. I was in San Francisco recently, and I ran into he was wearing the sweater, the Golden Girls sweater. Does this ring a bell to you at all?
I have pregnancy brain. I'm very limited with my
capabilities.
Well, if I
did, you're getting this for the second time, and you're getting a thank you the second time. If not, it's the first time. I was in San Francisco recently, life, whatever, and I was going to meet some friends for dinner. I had some time to kill, so I was walking into a bookstore to get something, and this person was like, "Oh my God, are you the Golden Girls guy?" And I was like, "Yes, I am." And so we chatted for a bit, and he had a golden or a rose type sweater on that was inspired by a rose sweater, and so we took a picture and we posted it on the Golden Girls account and stuff. So hello to you. Thank you so much for your lovely words. If I'm doing this for the second time, I apologize.
Interactions. I don't think so. I don't remember, but like I said, I have pregnancy brain.
Yeah.
Speaking of pregnancy, and then I do want to talk about the GG VIP Club, but I just have to tell everybody and anybody who joined us for our live watch along party this past weekend knows about this, which by the way was super fun. We watched A Visit from Little Sven.
So fun.
It was a really, really great time. We had so much fun. We had so many people in that watch along party. So if you're like, should I join for a month? Join the GG VIP Club over on Patreon. Yeah. It's so much fun. And we had a really great watch along party. But I was during the watch along party.
You were in bed.
I was propped up I was literally in bed because I had gone to the ER because I was feeling really, really sharp pain on the right side on my upper abdomen under my ribs,
And just
and
people who maybe are tuning in for the first time, Kerri is very pregnant right now.
I said pregnancy brain a couple
Okay.
times, so
Okay.
if they
Okay.
don't know what that is, then we've got
True.
more to talk about, then we have to do a little bit of a lesson. But, I was feeling incredibly sharp pain to the point it was, like, debilitating. It was from the moment I woke up till when I went to sleep. I was, like, writhing in pain. It was, like, an 8 out of 10. It got really, really bad. So Stan took me to the ER on Saturday to rule some stuff out. They did a bunch of tests. They ruled out and they were checking, like, my liver, my pancreas, my gallbladder. They wanted to make sure I didn't have preeclampsia. They ruled all that stuff out, and they were like, "Yeah, I think it's just you have, like, inflammation in the joints and ligaments, like, between your ribs. There's obviously when your uterus grows, it's putting a lot of pressure on your ribs, all your intestines, your organs, everything's smushed." So they're like, "It's just inflammation. You just kinda have to deal with it until the baby comes." I was like, "Okay, all right, 3 more months of, like, the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. Got it. Around the clock. Got it. No relief. Got it." So yeah, so it's been a wild week.
So you're a
It's been
trooper for even being here. I
so
let
I
me
I'm
for
at
the
a
record, I was like, we didn't have to. We could take a break or do something
I
else, but
know.
you wanna soldier on, and
I
I
wanna
I
I
I
wanna
support
show up
that.
for the fans. I would love doing the podcast. I get so much joy out of it. But yeah, right now I feel like someone is stabbing me in the ribs.
So to
So
that said, first off, the baby's great. Thank you. That's
yes, and the
wonderful. That's
baby's doing
amazing.
okay.
But you are not in the best shape possible. So if there are moments where, you might hear a ow or a breathing moment or a whatever, that's what it is. And that's where we are right now. Accept us as we are because we're beautiful. You are
Yes, and for any other
beautiful.
pregnant people out there going through anything similar, be it, morning sickness or just that feeling of being entirely uncomfortable when, a third party has invaded your body, I feel
Yeah.
you, and I sympathize, I empathize. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's what's
Well,
happening.
and you know who felt some pain this episode? Mama. Mama felt some pain
Mama felt
because
some pain.
she had a daughter that was out here being a little scandalicious, being a little saucy on the side, if you will. And what I love about this episode, like I said before, is that it gives you so many things that you want from an episode of television. You know what I mean? It gives you the comedy. There's so much comedy in this episode. I mean, I even pulled you wanted me to pull 3 clips. I added 2 more to the end because
Wow.
there were two funny moments that I had to put in there. And there are so many funny moments in this, but there's also so many like poignant moments where
Mhm.
there's real acting happening, especially in one scene between Vicki Lawrence playing Mama and Betty White playing Ellen, her daughter. That there is
Yeah.
some real acting here where you're seeing vulnerability, you're seeing growth of characters, you're seeing understanding of different generations. I mean, it's acting. And that's what I loved about this episode so much.
That specific scene, and we're gonna play it, I know what you're talking about, between Mama and Ellen. I was watching it and I watched it a few times because I was like, "Wow, this
It's real.
feels, like a side of Betty that we didn't necessarily see on the Golden
Well,
Girls."
no,
Like,
we did. And what I will say what I like about this is Mama's family was for the most part absurd and silly and crazy, and which is what we wanted. On the Golden Girls, I'm thinking of the moment with between her and her mom talking about aging, between Rose and her mom talking about aging, or of course, the birthday cake scene, or the talking to the blind sister, right? Or even Jean. There are so many moments early in the run of the Golden Girls where but even after that, even later in the run, I'm thinking of the AIDS episode, I'm thinking of the addiction episode, I'm thinking of little moments where Betty White is given an opportunity to step out of the absurdity of Rose Nyland sometimes and step into a poignancy that is really difficult in the hands it has to be in the hands of a great writer, and I think on this episode, there were great writers, and I think on the Golden Girls, of course, there were great writers, and Betty White knocks it out of the park because she understands And I think a lot of times, Rue McClanahan got the chance to play serious. I mean, she acted with Dustin Hoffman. She did the thing. B. Arthur was a lauded actress. People knew who she was and what she could do. Estelle Getty, Torch Song Trilogy, she was a serious actress. People respected her. Betty White, I don't feel like ever got the respect as an actress that the others got in the serious sense because she was always very focused in television and comedy. And I think because of that, sometimes we forget how great of an actress she actually was. And I think this moment and moments on Golden Girls show that really well.
Yeah, I agree. She, yeah, was very well known for comedy, and when you do get to see those moments of her serious acting chops come out, it is a delight. It
Delight.
is lovely. I know we're probably going to take a break in a second before we dive into the episode. Before we do, I also just want to mention over in the GGVIP Club this week for our Rusty Anchor Happy Hour bonus episode, we're going down another Golden Girls Reddit thread. We've done this before.
Oh,
Golden Girls
brother.
Reddits and subreddits are so
Oh,
fun.
brother.
So I found a page where someone was kind of lamenting the way that the Golden Girls ended the series and was like, sort of questioning, like putting it out there, positing, how would you have ended the Golden Girls series? And there were a lot of really great, interesting responses to how other
Oh,
people would have liked to have seen the Golden Girls end. So we'll read some of those. We can kind of chat about our own thoughts, but
yeah, I like that idea.
that was a really fun Reddit thread. So we're going to
Well,
talk
if
about
there's
that.
ever a day you wanted to join the GGVIP club, today's the day because we got lots of stuff for you.
We do. Should we take a little bricky break and then
Yes, we
come back and
should.
dive into this episode of Mama's Family?
Yes, we should. Definitely. We'll be right back. Bye.
And we're back talking about the episode of Mama's Family called, what's it called again? Ellen's Boyfriend? Ellen's Boyfriend.
Ellen's boyfriend.
This episode started in a way. So it's like the family all sitting around trying to set up this like projector for slides. And it starts in what felt to me like such a Golden Girls moment, which is everybody is like dreading the fact that Ellen's going to come over to show her vacation slides from Tahiti. And I was like, that just feels like such a Rose Nyland thing that she would
Yes.
be the type of person to go back to St. Olaf or to go,
Oh,
like with Miles to the thimble factory or whatever, and then just want to show her friends a million slides afterwards.
can we talk about though? There are so many, and I think in past episodes of this podcast, we've mentioned things that a certain generation does that we don't do anymore. I think one comes to mind is licking a piece of paper, like licking your finger to turn a piece of paper, or to, you know, taking off your earring to get on the phone, or like
Oh,
little
yes.
things that like are really a product of a bygone generation. And I think gathering to look at slides or a picture show of your vacation is quite literally a thing of another generation at this point because we have
Yes.
Instagram. Like we have
Yes.
we see your slides. The internet
And
has
we have
become our
phones and we have
slideshow.
smartphones. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So like it's kind of like a fun novel thing to see mama putzing with the thing and then doing the thing and the yeah, I love it. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely like nostalgic feelings with that. So Ellen shows up and she tells them she actually doesn't have time to look at the slides. They're going to have to look at them herself because she has recently joined a singles club of
Oh,
divorcees and widows
called
called Quitters and Losers.
how embarrassing. How embarrassing. There are things, I mean, yeah, that would be so embarrassing to be a part of a club
I
like that, but
mean,
also apt
the
title.
company should take on a marketing team to maybe rebrand.
Change, yeah, rebrand that a little bit. Yeah.
I am also shocked that the Golden Girls didn't do an episode with this storyline where one of them joins like a singles club to try to meet men.
Yeah, true. I mean, there are things that they did that were kind of similar, I guess. Sort of. Like, I mean, Blanche used the telethon to find men. Blanche
Yeah,
used a rental car to find men. Like,
sure.
they used things to find men, and maybe just not in the literal sense that That well, and the one ads, I mean, Dorothy got the very awkward encounters because of Rose's mistake putting it in the
Yeah.
class or in the personals instead of the one
Mhm.
ads. Yeah, so,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
just feel like I was like, "Oh, that might have been an interesting storyline on the Golden Girls."
Mhm.
So Mama does not understand why Ellen would want to meet, quote, lonely losers, which kind of reminds me of how Blanche didn't understand why Becky wanted to do artificial insemination. It's just like
Yeah.
something, again, I think of like another generation that, like, you're like,
Mhm.
oh, I would never do this. Why are you doing this? Like, just a lot of
Yeah.
judgment behind it and just not understanding.
I'll admit, I think that too about, like, the younger generation to me. Like, they do things sometimes that I'm just like, "Girl, okay, have fun. I can't. I won't. I wouldn't do
I
it."
will say I don't hang out with a lot of teens, so I don't really know like what
I'm
they
I
do.
I I don't hang out with teens either. I'm talking about, like, 20-year-olds.
Sure, 20 year I
Yeah,
don't hang out with 20-year-olds, but
yeah.
one thing I've heard that teens do that I, for the life of me, cannot understand is that they'll all be sitting in a room together and instead of talking, they'll just text each other on their phones instead of
Well,
having an actual human
okay.
conversation.
Let me tell you, Michael and I do that. Michael and I will be in the other rooms, like, separate rooms in the apartment. Instead of yelling at each other, we'll just text.
Sure, I will do that if I'm downstairs and Stan is upstairs, but I mean like you're sitting
No,
in the same
we're
room.
we're 10 feet from each other.
Why do you not speak?
'Cause
Well, okay.
I have no explanation for it. It's just
I mean, I guess it
'cause.
makes sense. You are 23 or however old you are.
I mean, yes, that's true.
So Ellen goes to Quitters and Losers and she meets a hot
A hunk.
man. This guy, he's young, he's handsome, he's tan, he's oozing sexuality.
Very
And
much so.
I wanted to play this clip of the first time we meet him, which is him like walking her home to the door because Betty White gets to kiss this incredibly attractive young man. And I just feel like we all owe it to ourselves to watch that
Uh-huh.
journey.
Yes, I agree.
You were sweet to drive me over, Glenn.
No, I wasn't.
Oh, yes, you were. You were very sweet.
No, I wasn't. This is sweet.
I see your point.
Besides, I've been waiting 2 weeks to meet your family.
Oh, well, nobody's home today. Mom's usually here, but today she had an appointment with the dentist.
Oh, that's too bad.
Isn't it?
What oof, that kiss
I
just
mean, that kiss, you know that she's just having the best time of her life. You just know it.
yeah, Betty had fun going to work that day.
Very, very much so. Very much so. Oh my god, I love
So
this.
So Ellen's man, he I think his name might be Gary. I don't know. I have it somewhere down below. So he wants to take her to this really nice bistro called Chez Ray, which
Yeah.
like love the name of that place. Chez Ray.
Shay
But
Ray.
she's Chez Ray. I don't know. It almost sounds like if Sugar Ray tried to like rebrand
Oh,
themselves.
yeah, I get that.
We're no longer Sugar Ray. We're Chez. I don't know if he were going in like a different
He
direction.
was cute, this
Mark
man.
McGrath.
Yeah, no, this man, not Mark
Oh,
McGrath. I don't find Mark McGrath attractive.
not even back then.
No, not even back then. He was
Yeah,
Mark
that's
McGrath
fine. He's
was never attractive. I
sure,
think he
I
was
get it.
attractive to straight people, to straight
Yeah.
women. He did not do it for the gays. And maybe gays listening, please let me know. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm all about a moment of being wrong, but no.
But just not for you. Sure, that's totally
Yeah.
fair. So Ellen's a little worried because she's like, oh, I don't know if I want to be seen in public with a younger man. She's worried about being judged. This is a very small town. But he ultimately convinces her to go.
The small town of it all is a big deal. Is a big deal because everyone's going to know.
And everyone talks.
Mhm.
Would you be worried would you be worried to be seen in public with someone either a lot younger than you or a lot older than you, like on a date?
No, not really. I mean, as someone who's 28 years old, I don't really think of age in that way. I no, I know, but I never have. I mean, I think when I was younger, a lot of my friends were older. You know, I had older because of what I was doing, and I was in theater, and I was doing stuff in radio, and so, like, I had friends who were legitimately in their 40s,
Friends, sure.
which were older than me. But even then, I would date people who were older than me too. And then as I now have become, which is crazy, 28, but as I've become older, there are people in my life who are very much younger than me as well. And so I've
Mhm,
never really had that shame of age thing. Now, if someone is legitimately like dumb and 20
mhm.
and I'm going out with them, please question me. Question me. But
I the only time I've ever experienced that, so when I was like 25, 26, I dated a man who was 41 years old.
yes.
And I was worried when we went out in public a few times that people were going to think I was his daughter. And so I was just worried about that kind of interaction happening, where someone would go, "Oh, and is this your kid or is this your
Uh,
little sister?"
yeah.
But it never happened. And then I realized that later on, as I saw this, so this man was, I will just say, twice Oscar nominated. But I did notice as the years went on in the public eye, he would date women that were much younger than him. So I was
Well,
like, oh,
yeah.
okay, everybody knows in his circle that he dates young women, which is maybe
Which
when
that's
nobody
the
ever
most
asked.
that's the most embarrassing thing for me is like I would be in I don't think Leonardo DiCaprio is embarrassed of anything ever, but
No.
to have the reputation that you only date people who are 20 is like wild to me. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that is embarrassing to me.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but anyway, but yeah, yeah, nobody ever asked me that question. So Ellen finally tells Mama that she met someone through Quitters and Losers.
Yes.
And Ellen is like, no, absolutely not. He's a little different. And this is where it was kind of reminding me of a little romance where everybody's
Uh-huh.
trying to figure out, like, well, why do you not want us to meet him? And Mama thinks maybe she's worried that maybe this guy might be a lot older or
Mhm.
foreign, I think she says international, or that he might practice a weird religion. But she's like, no, I'm not ready for you to quite meet him, which I think is actually a really good
How
decision for Ellen
long
to make.
Yeah, how long when your dating days did you wait to introduce even if they weren't like a weird pick, how long did you wait to start talking about that person with friends and family?
Um, well, talking about that person, like, pretty soon after I started dating
Yeah,
someone.
because I
But
mean, I remember your first date with Stan.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I feel like, yeah, I may have mentioned, like, to my family or something like, oh yeah, I went on a date, blah, blah, blah. But it was also weird because since I was 19, I lived out of state. So it's not like I was around a lot. So
Yeah.
there was like I remember there was one trip when I lived in New York. I'd had a boyfriend for like 2 years, and he came with me on a trip home to meet my family, which was weird because
Mm.
we were already kind of talking about breaking up.
Oh my god, I love
Um,
that. I
but
had the
yeah, we kinda
same
just still went
thing.
anyway. What
My
about you?
brother my brother, I've never had a problem with meeting, I always wait a little bit, but I pretty much communicate pretty quickly. That said, my brother once this is a funny story. My brother was dating this unfortunate girl, and we were all going to Disney World for the holidays, right? And my mom, being my mom, was like, "Oh, well, bring the girl. You know, you're dating, whatever." And all of us were pretty lukewarm of the girl because she was kind of crazy. And she's still crazy. She still, like, stalks I mean, she had an obsession with me because she thought I was famous or something, and she's still to this day she's probably gonna watch this. I'm sorry, girl, I'm talking. And she it was that moment where you're on vacation with with, like, a family member, and there's a new person involved in the group, and you know that moment where everyone, including the person who brought that person, collectively realizes, "This is gonna be the last time we see this person." Like, this person is done. That was all of
Yeah.
us on that vacation. We all were like, "Well, she won't be around much longer." And, like, we all just sort of had, like
Wow.
and it wasn't even, like, communicated, it was just sort of, "Yeah." you know?
Everybody just
And
knows. Yeah.
literally, it was a
Oh,
great moment.
oh, do you think she felt incredibly uncomfortable, or was she just like, okay,
That's the thing. I'm sorry. And girl, if you're watching, I hope you've evolved and can laugh at this. But like, she, woo, she was a lot. She was a lot. And I'm a
wow.
lot. So that's saying a lot. And she was a lot. And there's a vibe to my family. You know what I mean? And
Sure.
to fit into the vibe, sometimes you gotta read the room. And there
Yeah.
wasn't much of reading the room in that situation. Yeah.
Well, speaking of rooms, this is going to be the most seamless segue ever.
Bing.
Uh, at Chez Ray, which is a restaurant, which is a big room.
Shay
There we
Ray.
go, Chez Ray. First of all, so Betty's there with her new man,
Yeah.
and they are
Hunky
both dressed to
McHunk.
the
They
nines for
are
this
out to
dinner.
dinner at Shay Ray.
They are, when you go to Sugar Chez Ray, she's wearing this like lacy white dress. She's got this like
Yeah.
huge white braided chunky pearl statement
Oh,
necklace
she is
thing.
ready for a night.
He's wearing like a white tuxedo. I mean,
which
this place must have.
he went a little too far. Let's be real.
Well, it was for a joke, which we'll learn in a second.
Yeah.
But I feel like this is the kind of place that has like a dress code like the Magic Castle, where it's like if you are not dressed like you're going to a wedding, they will not let you in.
I hate that about because I don't dress up. In the White Castle, oh, not White, yeah, the Magic Castle, not the White Castle. That's a burger place. You can wear anything you want to White Castle, but the Magic Castle here in Los Angeles, you cannot. You have to wear like a blazer.
They have a very strict dress code, but respect,
which is ridiculous.
because
You're doing magic.
no, I get it. It's a vibe. I get it. It is a vibe.
No, my wallet's the vibe. Take the money and go.
But you know what? If they were having money problems, then they would have changed the dress code if they thought that was an issue. Enough people like to get super dressed up and go. Plus, if you go and you don't have like a blazer, they'll give you one out of the box in the back room.
Ain't no blazer gonna fit me.
Anyway, so Ellen and her man, they're having a great time. He excuses himself from the table. She's sitting alone.
Yeah.
And then guess who shows up at Chez Ray?
Mama,
her entire
Naomi, and
family.
Vinton. Yeah.
So it turns out Vinton, he won a contest. So he's treating the whole family to a nice dinner. And I love it when like Betty, so she's alone. She's like trying to hide from them behind the menu. And they're like, oh, they see her and they're like, oh no, Ellen's eating alone. She must
and then
be
Mama's
so
like,
sad.
Mama's like, there is nothing sadder than a woman eating alone.
Which I'll be honest, respect to anybody who likes to go out to restaurants alone. I don't enjoy that experience personally. For me, part of going out to a restaurant is the company.
Yeah, I agree.
But respect. I know so many people who love to go out alone.
I'll go to and I'll sit at the bar. Like I'll sit at the bar alone just fine and eat my dinner or whatever. But like a table, nah, ma'am. There's that sad scene in the First Wives Club where Bette Midler is going out to dinner by herself, and it's like it's supposed to show how sad she is, and she like scoots in. She has this big winter coat, and she has to like smooch into the booth, and you know the people next to her are annoyed because the coat got in the way, and she's like, "Oh, sorry." And then the waiter goes, "Uno," or whatever, like one, you know, and she goes, "See," and then he takes away the
other places.
Oh!
I know.
They did not have that in her size.
I think that's when I do remember. Yeah. I feel like there was like also like a kind of a sad song playing over it.
Oh yeah. Billy Porter.
Yeah.
Billy Porter sang that song. Yeah. It was sad. Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, love Bette Midler.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I also, when we watch this, we're going to watch a little scene from this moment because Aunt Fran is also there.
We're going to watch this scene when we come back from our break because Blanche or Rue McClanahan has a moment in this episode, which we're about to play, that is fantastic.
All right. Well, let's go to break and then we'll come right back and play it.
Yeah. So yeah, Rue McClanahan has a moment. They're at this dinner. They've joined Ellen at the table, the whole family, and everyone is having these things because they've learned. Mama knows that the man's younger at this point, and she knows the whole information. Everything is set up. Everyone's there. Naomi thinks the man is a hunk. She says that herself. He's a hunk. And they have a whole thing, but nuh-uh, Blanche slash Rue McClanahan here in this scene, she immediately is like, I see something and I'm
And
angry.
before that even happens, there's a really funny moment where, so Ellen's date is away from the table, and this like elderly violin player who's like serenading them with music comes over. First, they
Mm-hmm.
think he is her boyfriend. And then when her actual boyfriend comes over because he's wearing a white tux, they think he's the waiter. And they try to order from him. And it reminds me of when Blanche thinks the widow Spencer is the caterer, or
Oh
when
yeah.
Blanche thinks that Clayton's boyfriend Doug is the cab driver. They're
Yes.
like, you're
Yes.
young. You must be the help. You don't quite, yeah, you don't quite fit in. And then, so when Ellen finally clears it up and she's like, this is my boyfriend, um, Mama is like, oh, she cannot contain herself. She like
No.
jokes. She's so angry. She like jokes that he should order from the kiddie menu.
So
Later,
funny.
she calls him a fuzzy face fortune hunter. And
Amazing.
then and then here's the moment that you were just referencing where Aunt Fran, aka Rue, gets upset about a handbag.
So good.
Yes, and while we're on the subject of changing the subject, where did you get that bag?
Uh-oh. What bag?
That white satin beaded bag that is on your lap.
All right, I lent it to her.
How many times have I begged you to borrow that bag? At least 5 times. And what have you always said? It's not for Lyndon. Ellen gave you that bag for Christmas. I wouldn't dare let that
Well,
bag
it's
out.
not for Lyndon to
Something
you.
about the bag.
She only bought me the dang thing so she could borrow it back.
I had to carry a black patent leather to a spring wedding just because you wouldn't let hold of that dang bag.
Good Lord, Franny, all you care about that stupid person. Here's my daughter making a fool of herself with some kid she picked up at a malt shop. That's enough, Mama.
I had to take a black patent leather thing to a spring wedding.
I love this whole exchange between them. I feel like this type of like shouting over each other and stuff, and the humor and the funny lines, like
It's
it
also
screams Mama's Family.
it screams Mama's Family, but it's also so relatable. My family's not like this, but Michael's family, I'm whispering because he's in the other room. They are like this. They yell.
Michael can't. Are you okay? Michael can't hear you right now
Cannot hear me
as
right
you're
now.
saying
I'm
this.
whispering. I'm whispering.
He's not sitting 2 feet from you. You shouldn't be
This
texting him.
is in the zone of secrecy of everyone listening and
Okay,
you.
so no one tell Michael.
Yes.
Rue's outfit in this scene, it's like it reminds me of the pink ensemble that Dorothy wears for Blanche's wedding in the pilot episode, or maybe
Mm.
it's the pink outfit she wears when Kate's getting married and she has like the monologue
Oh
standoff with
yeah.
Stanley. I said
Yes.
goodbye.
It is
Stanley.
wild. You know, one of my favorite things about watching the first 2 seasons of Mama's Family is we spoke earlier about Betty's acting abilities, but like you really see the range that Rue McClanahan has in characters because she is nothing like Blanche in
Nothing.
Mama's Family. Nothing at all. Like it is night and day between Blanche and this character. And so it's really fun to watch. It is fun to watch.
Very, very fun to watch. Yeah, I always have a blast when we watch this show. So the family's arguing. Finally, Ellen's date, he's had enough. And he's like, let's go, Ellen. Mama doesn't want her to leave. She's torn. She doesn't know what to do. So he just storms off. And I really feel for her.
Yeah, I feel for her. I also feel for him because it's like, you know, they just started dating a couple of weeks ago and the family's being this much of a dick. And it's like, let this girl just have some sexy time. You know what I mean? Like, let her have a date and feel romantic and feel beautiful. Especially, I think we learned that she's like a widow or something, like right later in the episode. Like, we learned that it's been.
Well, she's divorced.
Or she's divorced, but like,
Ellen's
she's
divorced.
still. There's heartbreak in her life, and it's like she's just wanting to get out there and date again. And she obviously was willing to go to the depths of joining a group called Quitters and Losers. Clearly, this woman is sad. Let her have some fun.
I also like, she also kind of warned this dude. She was like, I don't think it's a good idea for you to meet my family. And
Yeah,
I kind of
that
wanted
is
to be
on
like,
him.
see?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that night, Mama can't sleep. So she cleans because that's what she does instead of talking out her problems, which feels like such like a boomer thing to do.
No,
Like,
I'm gonna step you back right there. It is not a boomer thing. I am not a boomer because I'm 23 years old. But I I don't do it when I'm no, I do. When I'm stressed, I do clean. When I'm avoiding to doing something, I clean. There are so many moments where I'm on a deadline, and instead of writing the thing I'm supposed to be writing, I'm fucking doing the dishes. Like, why am I doing the dishes? Why am I vacuuming the thing that I just vacuumed 2 days ago? Because I'm avoiding whatever I need to be actually doing. I can relate to this.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So let's see. So Mama's cleaning, and Ellen comes over to angrily confront her. She's
She
humiliated.
is angry.
She's really, really angry. And, Mama thinks that, oh, that Glenn's the name of the guy. Oh, Glenn, just like
Mhm.
Dorothy's Glenn, married
Just like
man.
Dorothy. Yep.
So she's like, look, this guy isn't using me. Like, he's a very successful businessman. So if you think this is sort of like a sugar mommy situation, that's not it. And
Yeah.
then she gives this great speech about the double standards of men and women. And I
In the
loved
family,
this.
it's wonderful. We have a clip of that. Should I play
Yeah.
it? Yeah,
Yes.
okay.
What is it when Bruce ran off with a girl half his age? Everybody wasn't a bit surprised. They thought him a sly old dog. Good old Bruce. Who can blame him? But when I'm seen with a man younger than me, I'm supposed to be ashamed? Well, I'm not, Mama.
Well, you ought to be. It just ain't right, Ellen. Lord, after Carl died, did you see me running off after younger men? Did you see me running off after older men? Shoot, I didn't even give the milkman the time of day.
I am not you, Mama. I am nothing like you.
I mean, it gets real.
Give her an Emmy.
Right?
Did she win an Emmy on this show?
No, she didn't. No one did.
Oh, give. But when you say that there are other moments on the Golden Girls where Betty White like shows off her acting chops, I 100% agree with that. But for some reason, this little snippet of this scene and this conversation to me feels like a Betty I haven't seen before. I don't know if it's like the way her voice is breaking and that she's angry. Like maybe I just
There's
haven't
even
seen her like be
there's a
angry enough.
hoarseness. She has a hoarseness to her voice that you can tell there's emotion coming out in this. I mean,
Yeah, it was
but
it was different for me. I
where
loved it.
this scene goes to me is the best part of this episode because
Agreed.
you get this back and forth between them, and then you start to realize that Mama's anger is not out of anything other than jealousy, because
Mhm.
she sees that Ellen is able to date again after her marriage, is able to find another man, is able to live a fuller life. She's trying to at least. And Mama never got that after her Carl passed away. She thought that because that's what women of her era did. When the
Mhm.
husband died, you were done.
That's
That's
it.
it.
You were
You take
done.
care of the kids. And there's this really sweet moment between them where you see this understanding, and Ellen's a little bit I mean, Ellen could have gone a little bit further being like, "You should go out, you should do more, whatever," but she just kind of accepted that Mama's that way. But yet, there to have Mama say this and then get to a place where she allows her daughter to, "If he makes you happy, then fine, I'm happy." You know what I mean? Like,
Mhm.
that's a big place for a character like Mama to get to, because this is not a woman who grows.
And also, Mom has always felt to me like a woman who doesn't necessarily feel comfortable being vulnerable. So that
Yeah,
it feels like it's a lot easier for her to just say, like, that man's using you. You shouldn't be with him, than it is for her to say, like, when her own husband died, she didn't even try to date because she thought it would not, she just thought that was the right thing to do. And then on
yeah.
top of that, she didn't think she'd even be able to find a man her age anyway. So, yeah, for her to just let out those vulnerable feelings to her daughter was like, it was really special. And yeah, I
It
agree, it was the
reminds
best moment of
me
the episode.
It reminds me of what we love about the Golden Girls so often is that, like, each character has a trait that they always have. You know what I mean? Like, Blanche is always a little hot and steamy, and Dorothy's a little sardonic, and Sophia's a little ornery, and Rose is a little dumb. But then when you allow those characters to have a peek inside of the multi-dimensional parts of those characters, where you see Sophia get sad, you see Dorothy get slapstick silly, you see Blanche get emotional over something, or you see Rose do something smart. Like, they're it's exciting to watch because it's so different for the character that then it almost makes you love the character even more because you feel like you just learned something new about this character, something deeper about this character
Yeah, you're scratching under the surface.
that then tells you more and helps you love this character in other situations and episodes to come. And so that's what I love about this moment. And they get to a place where, Mama accepts Ellen's boyfriend, but then these are the two other clips that I picked.
I
So
was going to
there's
say, I'm
one.
not going to go any further because the episode's almost over. So yeah, let's
Yeah,
play
this is
whatever you
basically
want
the
to
end of the
play.
episode. Mama accepts it, and then Ellen is so happy that Mama has accepted her decisions that she is ready to go over and be with this man. Now,
This felt
Mama,
like a Blanche moment to me that
this is
Ellen
full, and
had.
I have to play this clip because there's one of two here. This is one of my favorite moments of the episode. Now, I implore you to be watching this either on Patreon or YouTube at some point because Ellen, like Betty White's face in this moment is really what makes this clip amazing. But I'm gonna play.
It is.
I'm gonna go tell Glenn right now that I was wrong.
You're not going over there now.
Oh, I've got to, Mama. I've got to.
Well, it's the middle of the night, Ellen.
I know.
Well, he'll be in bed by now.
Yes.
I mean, like, and even the way Betty White says, she didn't just say, I know. She said, I know. Like, she said it in a way as if she was already orgasmic.
Yeah, again, those felt like Blanche Devereaux deliveries to me. Also stretching
Yeah.
out, a word into like multiple syllables, like yes,
So good. And then the last clip, because the episode ends with Mama yelling out the door as Ellen goes off to fuck her man. And one of the things that I love about Mama's Family in every single episode, the last lines of the episode are just a shot of the exterior of the house with Mama yelling about something. Mama's always yelling in this moment. And this one in particular made me laugh out loud. So I want to share it with you.
Lord, how did I ever raise such a pack of sex maniacs? Sure didn't get it from their daddy.
It's just a perfect button. It is a perfect button
very,
because
very funny.
you go from this very emotional moment, you allow the comedy to get back in there, and then you allow to cap it all off with this wonderful moment that really brings this character back to the person we've known from the beginning of the episode who was angry about the slideshow shit. Like
Yeah,
that, it's just
right
it's
back
just
to being Mama.
perfect.
Mhm.
Oh, this show is so good. I love it. If you can find it where you can stream this. I own these seasons because I love them so, so, so very much. I get them on Amazon Prime.
Yes, I know you can rent or buy them on Amazon Prime, and I think they're also available to stream with ads on Pluto TV. One
Yeah,
of the
so I mean, they're
gajillion.
out there. They're also
Yeah.
like, in syndication and stuff, so you'll find it. But this
Mhm.
one is a gem of an episode, and I can't wait for us to do more. Should we take a break and come back with our golden takeaways?
Yes.
And we are back with our golden takeaway, which is a nugget of truth or inspiration that you can apply to your lives or the lives of our listeners. Kerri, what's your golden takeaway?
Just thinking about when Rose dated Dr. Jonathan Newman, when Ellen dated Glenn, these types of situations, I'm just like, who gives a shit what people
Who
think?
gives a shit?
Who gives a shit what people think of your relationship if you are happy?
I agree.
Fuck them. That's it. That's
I
my golden
agree.
takeaway.
I agree. Fuck
What's
them.
yours?
Fuck
Fuck 'em.
them. Fuck them. My golden takeaway from this episode is I just want to, once again, I know I've done it before. I'll continue to do it in episodes when we watch other Mama's Family episodes. But my God, Vicki Lawrence. Vicki Lawrence is just a gem of a talent and human being. You can see her do her live shows around the country. She does a show where it's her and then a little bit of Mama. And my God, do what you can. We'll link Vicki's Instagram on the show notes for this episode, but follow Vicki, support Vicki, go to her shows, so do anything she tells you to do because this woman is a gem, and I want everyone in her lifetime, I want her to know that we love her as much as we do because she also just recently lost her husband. They were married for like I think 50 years or something, like crazy.
Oh,
He was a
man.
hairstylist in the 70s, I think, on the Carol Burnett show, and then they were married ever since. And They had such a loving, wonderful, beautiful relationship. They would do like these Instagrams. I mean, they just were such a wonderful couple. And so you can tell that his passing really hit her hard, of course, as it would. And I just want to show all the love we can for Miss Vicki Lawrence.
Well, I think that's a great golden takeaway. Yes, everybody should love her Vicki Lawrence. She's wildly talented. She's so
Wildly
good on this show.
talented.
Wildly talented.
Yeah.
And yeah, this was again, I enjoy the Mama's Family episodes. I enjoy when we watch Mary Tyler Moore. I enjoy when we watch Maude.
Mm.
So what's great is that we have so many episodes that we can watch over the course of this podcast, which at this rate is probably going to go for another 50, 60 years. So I'm so glad we have so many more episodes of Mama's Family to watch.
Yes,
And this
yes.
for you all has been Out on the Lanai. Thank you for listening. We'll catch you back here next week for more Golden Girls greatness. Remember, you can check out the GGVIP Club at patreon.com/Golden Girls Podcast. You get a bonus episode every week. You get ad-free episodes, video episodes. You can join our live watch-along parties. There's so much great stuff.
They really are fun. And of course, we're a part of Mom Moguls of Media. I was just with Alaska and Willem last night. They all say hello.
Oh, hello.
And you can follow us on social media at Golden Girls Pod on Twitter, Out on the Lanai Official on Instagram, Golden Girls Pod on Facebook, and I'm HAlanScott /Sadie Pines on everything.
And I'm Squidzy on Instagram and Squid Eat Squid on Twitter. Don't really post so much anymore, but there I am. And if you want to do something else nice for the podcast, you can leave us a rating and review. We would really appreciate that.
We really would. And remember,
As always,
stay
stay
golden.
golden.
Stay golden. I know.
Out on the Lanai is not endorsed by Whit Thomas Harris Productions, Touchstone Television, Disney, or any of its subsidiaries. It is intended for entertainment and informational purposes only.
All names, pictures, audio, and video clips of the Golden Girls are registered trademarks and/or copyrights of their respective trademark and/or copyright holders.